Michigan fans, Michigan women's hockey is live and on the air. We are at the McKendree Metroplex here for Michigan versus McKendree. And taking a look out, we will see. I thought I changed the scoreboard, and we'll see about that. So originally it said Pioneer, and that's not what we want. So this game is versus McKendree. They are ranked just beneath Michigan, and they beat Adrian. That was not that long ago, just this past weekend. So let's take a little bit of a look at the scores, and I think I got the scoreboard fixed there, so we are good to go. Sorry, trying to multitask. Hopefully today, by the way, I'm going to start an audio broadcast immediately. So we should be broadcasting on audio stream as well. We also tweeted out the McKendree broadcast, so if there is any issues internet-wise, hopefully we will be covered. So I want to welcome everyone to the McKendree Metro Recplex here in O'Fallon, Illinois, where it is your Michigan women's hockey team taking on Lindenwood. Lindenwood is 8-4-1 on the season. If we take a look at their record here, they started off beating Maryville, and then they lost to Maryville, 1-goal loss to Maryville, so they split to Maryville. They lost to Liberty twice, and Liberty number 2 team in the ACHA. They beat Miami University over at Grogan Ice Center. That was a 5-2 win back on October 8th. Then they also swung by and played the University of Michigan Dearborn, beat them 4-1. They beat Lindenwood twice, 5-2 back on October 14th and 2-1 back on October 15th. They swept University of Colorado 12-1 on October 20th, 4-0 on October 21st. They played Midland, who is the new number 1 team in the last ranking. Midland beat them 2-1 on the 4th, and then they had a 1-1 tie back on the 5th. They beat Adrian 2-1, that back on Friday, November 10th. Otherwise, they did not play yesterday. So they may have a little bit of fresher legs. Michigan, having just played yesterday, hopefully doesn't have any rust or anything of that nature. Taking a look at their top 5 scores for the McKendree team, and we'll have Coach Ned with us momentarily. He's just in the locker room with the team. The top point getter for McKendree is Groot. She has 19 points, that on 3 goals and 16 assists. By far the most assists of any of their players. That's number 13, Groot. Then Barnden is their top goal getter. She has 8 goals and 7 assists. Jeffers has 5 goals and 8 assists for 13 points. Also with 13 points is Barron, who has 4 goals and 9 assists. And then Haaston Fratz has 6 goals and 5 assists for 11 points. Then rounding out and that rounds out the top 5. Take a look at their goalies, if we can switch this quick view very quickly here. They have mainly Stersenik has been playing. She has 8 games played, 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, 16 goals against, 2.0 goals against average, 200 saves. She has a very good 9-6 save percentage. We'll see who it is. It looked like it was Burke getting most of the reps, but I did see Stersenik getting warmed up as well. Sabo has played 1 game, and she has a .927 save percentage as well. Burke has played 4 games, excuse me. She has 2 wins, 1 loss, 3.24 goals against average, and an .851 save percentage. And then playing 1 game, and I don't know if it was a complete game, was Hunt, Paige Hunt, number 32. She's played 1 game. She's made 12 saves, and she's made 100% of the saves. So that was in a shutout. She's played 60 minutes. Her and Sabo are the 2 with the only 1 game. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's talk a little bit about the last game for Michigan as they played Lindenwood last night. That was a game that started just after 8:30 local time, 9:30 Eastern. Michigan and Lindenwood both scored in the first. It started off with Gargiulo getting her third goal of the season at the 8:47 mark. Swanson got the assist, her fourth assist. That was a power play goal for Michigan. They had 2 power play goals in the game. Then Teague broke the 100% penalty kill percentage. So Teague got a goal. That was her first goal of the season at 11:07 to tie the game. Harishko and Antonio got the assists. Then in the second, at 7 minutes in, Harishko got her second goal of the season, going up 2-1. Antonio had her third assist on that goal. Then Malashevsky tied it up just 3 minutes, 17 seconds later. She had her second goal of the season. No assist on that was Malashevsky. Did a beautiful job finding the net to tie it up. Michigan then took the lead in the third at 3:07. Lindahl had her first of 2 goals in that game, her third goal of the season. Gargiulo got the assist. And then at 11:41, Lindahl had her 4th goal of the season. She had a brace in that game. So she has 4 on the season. Swanson with the assists. There were 4 Lindenwood penalties. Weeks took a hooking call in the first. Kolwich took a high stick, and Antonio took a roughing in the first. No penalties in the second. In the third, it was with her taking a roughing penalty at 3:07. At 16:51, Martinez went off for roughing, and at 18:19, Katie German went off for holding. Emma Johns got the win. She made 32 saves out of 34 shots. Tung got the loss for Lindenwood. She faced 38 shots and saved 34 of them. That is the game. So at this point, Michigan is now 7-0-1 as we pull up their record, having tied Lindenwood that first game and then beaten them in the next game. As Coach Ned joining us, and he'll get the headset on here momentarily, and we will appreciate his insights into everything, as he was just down in the locker room. And how is the team doing down in the locker room there?
They're focused, Mark. They know this could easily be the toughest game of the season. These guys just beat Adrian, so there's a little bit of nerves. But I spoke to them about they've had adversity. They're going to hit them in the mind. If nothing else, they can beat them with their brilliance. Just stay with the plan and support each other, trust each other, play together, play as a team. Don't give up faith, and know that we're all behind them and believe in them, and they can do it. We play like we did the last 2 periods last night. We're right in there.
Absolutely.
Then I told another really bad joke just to lighten them up.
Perfect.
A little more geometry, math oriented for our scholars. I asked them why does a hockey rink have round corners? And I got a lot of puzzled looks, and the answer is if it was 90 degrees in the corners, it would melt the ice.
Well done. Well done.
So.
Excellent work. So we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Taking a look as we pull up, if I can take a look at our overlays here. So McKendree, indeed, 8-4-1. Michigan 7-0-1. As we pull that away, let's take a look at the standings, because again, McKendree is number 6 on the standings. Midland number 1, 13-0-1. Liberty number 2, 8-1-0. Maryville comes in at number 3. That's 10-5-0. Adrian number 4, 7-3-0. That's before this weekend. Michigan is sitting at number 5, 6. Well, now 7-0-1. McKendree is 8-4-1. So they're right behind us at the 6th spot. Rounding out the top 10 is Arizona State at 7, Indiana Tech at 8, Jamestown at 9, and Minot at 10. So this will be a big game for the rankings on the road. So, hopefully that factors into things. But this is a big opportunity to show exactly what this team is made of at a national tough level. Yeah.
This neighborhood's got a lot of good teams. They had tough competition. It's going to be interesting, and it's kind of a little bit of David versus Goliath as far as support.
Yeah.
This team is considered a varsity team, NAIA, and a varsity sport at this school. So this is kind of for the true club team versus a lesser club team, and see if we can show them that you don't have to have that standing to do well and get good hockey players.
Yeah, when you look at their roster, it's really interesting. I believe they have one player from Missouri, one player from Illinois. Then you have someone from Palm Beach, Florida, and a couple of Minnesota people. But the vast majority is all from north of the border in the Great White North.
Yeah, and I think at one point I saw a roster that included a player from Hungary.
Oh, yeah, there's someone. Sabo is from Budapest, who played in the Ontario Hockey Academy. So straight from Budapest over to Canada and then to St. Louis. So that is very interesting travels, and we appreciate that world view.
And you know, it's funny, when we used to play Lindenwood back in the day before they went NCAA with another team, we would go on senior night and they would play like 6 national anthems. We could have had that situation here if we weren't careful.
Indeed, absolutely.
Another national anthem for Newfoundland, of course, and as a Newfie, I can kind of say that.
Absolutely. So we have 6 minutes counting down. And again, we did tweet out we have an audio broadcast going if anything happens. We want to thank the McKendree folks here, as they did give us access to their Wi-Fi, secure Wi-Fi. We cannot thank them enough, because I tried all 3 hotspots and nothing was going. So we were getting awful nervous. So we cannot thank McKendree enough for the hospitality. Unfortunately, hopefully we can return it with a Michigan win.
Yeah, and where we're sitting is 100% better, and no chain link fence tonight, Mark. We can see the goals on our left.
Absolutely. So you'll be able to tell if I make a mistake now on the broadcast or not, because everything down on the far side there was awful tough last night. So a little better view, and of course, hey, actually have a gym across the way. If I might work out just a little bit more if I could watch practice, take notes, and work out. But that's okay. That's a fun fitness area. We just had a game between a couple local youth teams, and now Michigan comes out onto the ice. Do you happen to know the starters for today's game, or we'll find out in 2 moments?
Ooh, that didn't come up. I apologize. We were focused on the nerves, and the starters did not come up.
I understand completely.
I do know that it's Sandy and net.
Excellent. So Ponith in between the pipes. Johns did a great job yesterday, but Ponith is going to patrol the crease today. As McKendree, by the way, they are celebrating Indigenous people during this game, so they'll have all sorts of facts that they put up and things of that nature. So excellent cause. And now they are about to start announcing.
They're heating up.
Indeed, yes, they have a little heating up over on the right-hand side on their scoreboard. And a good crowd coming in. Bearcat fans over to the left. We almost have as many Michigan parents, but that'll probably change as more folks come in.
They are piping in some audience sounds, though, some fan sounds. I saw that first cheer.
It seemed pretty loud, as opposed to the folks in here.
Oh, great.
It is always a little tough, this being an NFL Sunday and trying to get people out. Although not having the Rams in St. Louis, you would think hockey is the best play to go. So here comes the starting lineups for Michigan. Hansen starts off at one of the wings. She'll play left wing.
Yeah, so it'll be.
Malashevsky is the center. She had a big goal yesterday to tie the game up before Lindahl, who scored 2 goals yesterday. Lindahl, the other starting wing at the right wing.
Yeah, she was money yesterday. Those were huge goals.
Absolutely. Katie German, the captain, comes out at the blue line.
With Marty.
And Ceballos comes out, the other blue liner. And Ponith comes out. And again, we do want to mention again, Katie German on the Michigan podcast. If you haven't checked that out, also they have Ponith on the first podcast of the season. So check that out. We really appreciate their support. And thank you for thanking us yesterday. Here comes the Bearcats in their purple So they're bringing out a squirt from the Lady Hawks coming out. That's awesome, letting them skate out as a starter.
Cool.
That's something she'll remember forever.
For sure.
Another youth player skating out.
She could have played in the game before, except I would have noticed that green tape.
Indeed. Smothers starting off, coming out, starting for McKendree.
I knew her brothers, the Smothers brothers.
Indeed. Lacroix comes out to the blue line as well. Cambit skates out to the blue line. And Groot starting, she has 16 assists. That's double, I think, anyone else. So she's a playmaker from the defense side.
Wow. I was going to say, I haven't looked at any stats.
And coming out, Steenstra. And coming out, that's going to be Rachel.
You have a idea whether she's their number one?
I believe, yes, she's had the most games. So that's Stersic. And now the ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Yes, so Stersic has played 8 games, by far the most out of any goaltender. She has a 9.26 save percentage, so she is very, very solid. She's made 200 saves and played 480 minutes.
All right, that answers that question.
So that is going to be their top keeper. As we are getting ready to go, they have, I believe, what is the McKendree fight song playing.
We got away without the Canadian national anthem, which I'm a bit surprised about.
They do have the maple leaf over to our right, so they do have the flag hanging.
Absolutely.
As most hockey rinks certainly should.
Yep. I'm all about that. That's good.
As we're getting ready to go here at the McKendree Metro Recplex.
They're going to need to start with some energy because I got a sneaking suspicion the Purple People Eaters are going to bring it.
Absolutely, as we're getting ready to go. Malashevsky in to take the face-off. Over on the other side is Lacroix. That puck in along the near boards comes into the McKendree zone. Picked up there, fed over by Steenstra, bringing it ahead. McKendree gains the zone. McKendree, high slot, trying to move it over. Shot! Oh, that went off of the pipe. Coming in along the near boards. Here comes Hansen. Hansen through the neutral zone, trying to get away from Steenstra. Comes into the near corner. Groot has it there. Groot trying to get away from Hansen. Michigan has it outside the near circle. That swings all the way around to the far point. Held in by Ceballos. Ceballos sends it right back behind the McKendree goal. Groot has it there, trying to avoid pressure by Hansen. Groot coming down the far boards. Groot fires it ahead. That tip by Smothers all the way deep into the Michigan zone. McKendree gets a line change.
Yeah, 4-man line change. We can take advantage of that. They keep doing that.
Coming down on the near boards,
Good.
Lindahl trying to fire it ahead. That intercepted at center ice as Jeffers moves it back over in along the near boards. Bringing it in, that grabbed as Barnden coming up. She has the goal lead at least through this weekend. Through Thursday, she had 8 goals, the most out of any of the McKendree players.
That was a goal scorer's attempt there. She tried to roof it on a down Sandy.
18:45 left to go as Swanson is pinned against the boards in the near corner, bringing it out. Here comes McKendree as they get it through the neutral zone. Barron banks it deep into the near corner, trying to pull that away as Bucksbaum sends it down the far boards.
Steady, use the boards there. Oh.
Lazar trying to get it over to Swanson. Good interception as McKendree plugging up the neutral zone.
Midair, took it a saucer pass out of the air.
As Kubrakovic had it at the far point, moved back to Kubrakovic. Kubrakovic has it with the shot from the high slot that goes just wide outside the near circle. Lannon gets it back to the near point. That pulled over as there's a one-timer by Kubrakovic and grabbed by Poneth. That was set up by Hassenfratz from the far point who moved it over.
Energy seems about right. We had it in their zone. We just down a couple shots. We got to put some shots on this goalie.
Face-off in the near face-off, circled to Poneth's left. Barnden in to take the face-off versus Gargiulo. Gustafson has it back behind her own goal, putting it in along the far boards. Izzy German chasing it. Gustafson picks it up right back behind Poneth. Gustafson cycles it back to Izzy German. Izzy German underneath the near circle in her own zone.
Oh, laid it out there. Clean ice.
Going to be all the way down, and that is going to be icing.
Nice try.
Trying to get it along the near boards. It was just out of Carr's reach.
Yeah, just out of the Carr's reach. Maybe a little high glass would have been good there, but it's a nice try. They're giving Izzy room, so she took it. That's good.
I think this is the first time this weekend we've actually had enough room for your left leg to not be pinned against some seats.
I'm loving it, yeah.
We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no more setbacks on every game.
And thank you for suffering for the art and the wonderful broadcast. That out for the far side. Poneth covers it up as lots of poking and prodding and trying to find a hole. Poneth did a great job to cover that up as they took it right off the faceoff and came to the far side of the crease.
Everybody knows Sandy's a key, so they're going to come hard and hot.
Face-off in the far face-off circle. Barnden taking against Gordon. That shot from the top of the far circle coming in along the near boards. Haley trying to keep it in.
That should be good.
And back into the neutral zone. Picking up Barnden has it in her own zone.
That forecheck.
Moved over, bringing it ahead. McKendree shoots it deep. As
5-man change.
DeFoss puts it in, and they trying to change everyone at once. Michigan fires it into the neutral zone. McKendree really gumming up the neutral zone early. Simmer fires it back deep before going for a line change herself. Cummings trying to pull it out from back behind. Gordon chasing it. The puck outside the far circle. Lindahl trying to chip away at it as well. The puck at the far point now into the neutral zone down the near boards. Bucksbaum fighting right up against her, trying to battle right up in front of the scores bench. Comes back behind the Michigan goal where Katie German has it. Katie German ricochets it off the near boards. Held in at the near point by Steenstra. It comes all the way outside the far circle as Barron sends it right back behind the Michigan goal into the near corner. Katie German trying to lift it out. That held in, played off the body by Barron. She puts it back deep and along the end boards of the Michigan zone.
2 good tries to clear it. We just getting lucky bounce. There's
that
another one.
Again, lucky bounce went off of Jeffers, but here comes Lindahl. Lindahl with 2 goals in yesterday's game, hoping she keeps the hot stick as that's a shot that goes off the side of the net into the near corner.
And she walked that defenseman, got right around her.
Trying to hold it in, and that was there might have been a hair's width of white ice after that blue line.
I'm not offering a bad call on that one, but I was looking forward to her walking in.
That was definitely offsides. That puck in along the near board. 16-10 left to go here in the first. Puck outside the near circle, now back into the neutral zone. Michigan resets, bringing it down the near boards. Bucksbaum trying to fire it in. That grab by Steenstra. Steenstra has it back behind her own goal. Steenstra into the far corner. Matthews trying to pull that away. Now Flazar trying to poke away at it. Quartet of people battling in that far corner. Now coming away with it. Flazar rims it all the way around into the near corner. Matthews has it there outside the near circle. Matthews Trying to poke that away is Steenstra. Comes all the way back into the Michigan goal
speed
zone, racing ahead.
Oh,
Here comes Matthews coming in. Matthews fires it.
That's a shot.
And it will be stopped as Stersinek had it. Back behind, trying to get it. Matthews.
Oh, there's a check.
Pinned against the boards, in along the near boards. They're trying to fire it out is Hassenpratt.
A lot of physical play. They're finishing, following through on their movements.
As that puck, top of the far circle, now moved in along the near boards for Hobbs. Hobbs banks it off the near boards. Fired all the way back deep into the Michigan zone. That will be icing.
Kelsey got her bell rung too, and she's got a helmet that we had to replace after last night's head bump.
So there was you guys did actually have to replace the helmet when she went down.
Yep, Robin, our president, has lent her helmet because of the damage last night.
Well, we appreciate Robin doing that. And
team player.
Thank gosh the damage was to the helmet, not her head, but still, that's Hung trying to hold it in. That tip back out into center ice. Katie German down the near boards. Through center, fires it deep, racing over. Stersinek stops it there. Face off in the McKendree zone. I think the board and you have one shot for Michigan. The board has only 3 for McKendree, none for Michigan. We'll take yours as what we use for the broadcast.
She went to the glove side and pushed it off in the corner. I might have been a little bit of a dump in, but it's a shot.
Puck into the near corner. Cummings trying to pull it away. That fired to the blue line and slips back into the neutral zone. Simmer moves it back to the defense. Stolen away, coming in along the near boards. As grabbing is Smothers into the near corner. Smothers trying to poke that away. Gordon coming in and trying to peel that off of the boards. Kolwich still trying to lever it. Poking, grabbing, trying to get it off of the dasher. Now coming in. That move back as Lannon has it into the far corner. Now Lannon trying to poke it out in front. Smothers has it high slot. That's a shot. And somehow Poneth was able to see it because there was a lot of traffic in the slot there. 14:02 left to go here in the first. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Poneth's left.
Got to start playing in the other end. I don't like these long shots from the point. They've got something on them and a lot of bodies.
They poke it right back behind the Michigan goal, coming in along the near boards, firing it out in front. Poneth covers it up again.
Wow.
It has Gorgovska Sharp, who is trying to poke that away.
All right, so we answered the call early. We got to stay with it. Playing in the wrong end.
Face-off in the near face-off circle. Gustafson has it, sends it along the boards. Izzy German in the far corner, trying to get it over to Lindahl outside the far circle, and now it's into the neutral zone. Hansen trying to get to it. And fired all the way back into the McKendree zone as they grab it there. Trying to go the other direction is Steenstra. Holding it in at the far point is Izzy German. Puts it back. Groot has it back behind her own goal. Groot sets up shop there.
For as short as Lindenwood, there's a lot of length on this team. They've got some very tall girls.
And they have 25 on the roster as opposed to Lindenwood with 17. So it's a deeper bench about Michigan size coming in. As that's a great, trying to get it. Unbelievable job by Poneth. As, that came through, and it looked like it was stopped by the Michigan defense, and then they just pulled it in and fired it.
She fanned on it and then got the backhand, and Sandy stayed with it, didn't go with the player. Good for her.
As that was Hassenpratt who had that opportunity. Now Flizar trying to move it over to Matthews in along the far boards. That will be a delayed offsides. Cevallos has it in the near corner, gets it over into the far corner. Katie German trying to get it out of the zone, battle for it outside the far circle. Jeffers in there. Matthews trying to get it as well. Jeffers tries to pull that away. Katie German trying to poke at it. Now Matthews goes right back behind her own goal. Cevallos over to Swanson. Swanson down the near boards, gets it into the neutral zone. Jeffers chases it back into her own zone, feeding it. Swanson now trying to fire it back deep. That goes into the near corner. Haley chasing it, takes it back behind the McKendree goal, fires it all the way around. Bearcats control in their own zone. They fire it into the neutral zone. Here comes Katie German, who fires it back deep.
Smart changing. Forecheck's working. Got to stay with it.
Barron trying to get it out of the zone, and Michigan will have to touch up. as Haley has it in the near corner. Haley brings it ahead for McKendree, banks it off the glass along the near boards. Kolwich fires it right back in, and that goes on edge right back behind the McKendree goal. Gathering up there, Hung trying to get to it. Haley knocks it in along the boards. That grab by Koski. Puck loose. Michigan trying to get to it. Gargiulo banks it off the boards. A little collision at center ice as Hung was ridden off the puck and coming down the near boards. That fired back deep. Hassenpratz into the near corner. Kolwich trying to knock that away. Battle for it right through the crease. And onto the far circle. Koski trying to get to it. Hung able to knock that puck away. Here comes Carr down the far boards. Over center ice. Carr backhands it deep and then goes off for a line change.
Their defense is very nonchalant back there, and the forecheck is kind of getting to them. We may get some chances out of that.
Brown fires it all the way through the neutral zone, and that will be icing. And that'll head back into the McKendree end.
Take this draw and put it on net.
Face-off back on the McKendree side. 10:58 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score. Gordon to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. Lacroix on the other side as that puck into the near corner. Trying to pull it out was Haley. Battle for it there. Excuse me, that was Cloutier.
There we go.
The puck
nice.
Trying to get it out in front. That went off of the side of the goal. Gustafson puts a shot. That went off of a pair of skates. Right out in front. Trying to poke away at it. Now that deflected. Able to hold it in. Izzy German. And in along the far boards. Cummings rifles it. That goes right back behind the goal.
This line is so good on their forecheck.
In along the near boards. Gordon trying to pull it. Now Simmer into the near corner in the McKendree zone.
There we go.
On the far circle, there's a shot by Cummings and deflected.
Wow.
Gordon chasing it. Now in along the near boards, trying to get to it is Cummings. That held in by Cevallos, puts it into the near corner. Michigan goes for a line change. McKendree pulling it out of their own zone, puts it down on the near boards. Hobbs with it there. Hobbs fires it deep as that rims all the way around into the far corner. Katie German trying to avoid the McKendree rush. Got away with a pass to Cevallos there as McKendree was right back behind the net. Here comes Smothers. Smothers chases it into the near corner. Cevallos trying to feed the puck away from her into the far corner. Looks like back over there. Lacroix gets it back to the far point. Moving over.
Block a shot.
Steenstra with a shot, and that got right to Ponitz. She didn't see it. Now pulled away in along the near boards. Excellent job. Great job by Malashevsky to get that out of harm's way. Lindahl outside the near circle in the McKendree zone, trying to backhand it out in front, all the way across the rink, outside the far circle, fired ahead. Here comes Smothers.
We got numbers. We got to step up.
Smothers on the far circle of the Michigan zone with a shot up into the netting.
Well, they've already decided that we're going to move the puck back and forth behind our net, so now they're putting a forward behind the net, and they've almost had 2 or 3 picked off back there, so we're going to have to adjust. The D is used to doing that without anybody there, so they're going to have to look around.
I know it's always scary to try and pass that through the lower slot, so shot there and covered up by Poneth. Face-off will be to Ponitz right in the far face-off circle as Barnden taking the face-off versus Matthews. That slips back into the neutral zone. Kubakovic fires it in along the near boards. Barron gets it into the near corner, racing back. Bucksbaum trying to pull that away from Jeffers. Jeffers puts it in along the end boards, right out in front. Wouldn't settle down. Here comes Swanson. Swanson gets it ahead.
Nice.
Michigan trying to make it. Nice. Here comes Matthews on the near circle. Shot. Just goes wide to the far side.
He's hit the net.
Fire to the neutral zone. Michigan has it there. Izzy German at her own blue line. She fires it back deep. Matthews chasing it. Icing waved off. Back behind. Lannon puts it into the far corner. Now rims it all the way around into along the near boards. Lacroix puts it into the neutral zone. Barron fires it into the far corner. Izzy German races back to get it.
So she looked that way, and they're going to go and fill that gap behind the net.
Coming over, Lacroix feeds it over on the far side. Good setup over as that pulled down, trying to pull that away as that was Painter with it. Outside the near circle, all the way to the net, picked up by Gustafson. Gustafson goes back behind the Michigan goal, underneath the near circle. Gustafson
so solid.
Trying to avoid pressure as McKendree keeping pressure on deep. Here comes Swanson. Swanson, cross-ice pass. Racing ahead with it is Hung. Hung on the far circle. Hung coming in. Hung, shot, wide angle shot. Banked off, getting it, top of the near circle. Ceballos fires it back.
That's what we got to do is get a shot. That rebound came right out. We just didn't have anybody there.
Carr in the far corner gets it. Gargiulo, top of the near circle. Shot that couldn't make it through traffic out in front. Picked up by Gogrovska. Covered up and saved by Stersenik.
That's great. We had that forward high in the zone. Help defend. Help out our defense, and twice she picked off a breakout pass with that forward high in the slot.
7 shots on goal for McKendree, 3 for Michigan. McKendree bringing it ahead down the far boards, and Ned actually has a few more shots, 8 shots for McKendree. We appreciate that.
5 for Michigan. I don't know how they're counting them.
Well, we also have a very different vantage point here than the people in the scorer's box. That's not always the best vantage.
We can probably see better. They're looking through barbed wire.
Exactly. Gordon has it in the near corner, trying to move it ahead. Cummings
Nice
down the near
catch.
boards.
Nice
Cummings,
catch, nice pass.
Beautiful pass ahead, bringing it in is Simmer. Simmer has it knocked into the near corner. Groot loses an edge.
Oh, 2 people open in front. We just couldn't quite reach it.
Bank to the far point, trying to keep it in his Bucks bomb, but McKendree gets it back into the Michigan zone. Racing ahead
numbers.
with it. Here comes.
Their whole team but one changed.
And again, that was.
Stronger. There you go.
And moved in along the near boards. Hassenfratz had it. Now coming the other direction is Cloutier. Cloutier brought ahead over to Jeffers. Jeffers fires it all the way back.
Stretch pass. Good try.
And into the near corner. And picked up by Malashevsky down the far boards, trying to get it out. That races all the way down. Lindahl trying to get it out of the way.
Cloutier got somebody there.
Lindahl loses an edge on the far boards. That brought back. Good job to hold it in by Bucksbaum now. Into the near corner it goes. Hansen trying to get to it. Trying to poke it away. McKendree trying to pull that away. Now coming in. Lindahl trying to feed it, trying to get it to Malashevsky.
Yeah, she was there. A nice try. That's using your teammate right there.
Here comes Barron. Barron, that went off of a skate of Kolwich outside the near circle.
Late trailer coming through the slot. We got to be aware of that.
Barnden trying to get that over to Lannon, as that is going to be a whistle, and that is going to be.
No,
I didn't see the elbow. Is the call? Looks like.
No, hook.
Hook.
No,
okay.
maybe not. He's adjusting his armband while he's giving the signal. So he's. I didn't steal his signals. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I can't tell. He keeps on touching his elbow, and I think it's elbowing, and then maybe not. So originally it looked like he did an illegal body check sign, but his back was to us. So who knows? Nonetheless, Michigan on the penalty kill. Lannon has it on the near circle. Lannon into the near corner. Lannon goes back behind the Michigan goal underneath the far circle. That fired out, moved back, and shot top of the far circle. That's saved by Bonnet. Loose on the near side.
Nice save.
And it was tough because there was a player just on the near side of the crease who had an opportunity. I think that was Lannon, who was right there. If she hadn't made that save, that net was open on the near side.
They're almost putting 2 people in the slot. That's going to be a handful.
Matthews and Barnden facing off. Barnden puts it back to the far point. That grab there by Group. Group moves it over to Jeffers at the near point. Now high slot. Group moves it over top of the far circle. That shot wouldn't settle down for Barron. Comes into the near corner. Jeffers gets it back to the near point. Group goes high slot. Group now top of the near circle for Jeffers. Move back underneath off the side of that by Barron. Barron moves it back to Jeffers, top of the near circle. Now high slot coming in. Groot with it there. Moves it to Jeffers, top of the near circle, back to Groot. Groot skates in a little bit now to Jeffers on the near circle. Groot. Shot from the high slot. That deflects into the far corner. Barnden with it. Gets it back to Groot at the far point. Groot moves it over top of the far circle for Barnden. And a glove save by Ponit.
They've got a player right on Sandy's right-hand post. It stays back there and is open for that back door anywhere they are, and they're really trying to work it into that person from the offside.
55 seconds left in the power play for McKendree. 4:29 left to go in the first. 0-0 is our score. Trying to make their way in.
There you go.
Kubakovic moves it over to Lannon. Lannon into the near corner. Lannon
Oh.
trying to get it. That tipped into the slot. Moved back. Pulled into the near corner. Lacroix with it. Lacroix moves it top of the far circle. Now McKendree trying to skate in.
She's wound up for one time.
Gorgievska with a shot. Good save into the near corner. Lannon has it there, going from the near side to the far side. Lannon underneath the far circle. Lannon top of the far circle now, moves into the slot. There's a
nice
shot
save.
Saved by Poniff.
Come on.
Holding it in though, right at the near point is Cooper Kovrich. Top of the far circle, McKendree with a shot. Good sad save by Poniff. Loved it down. 9 seconds left to go in the power play for McKendree. 3:43
I don't
left
think
to go.
we've had it out of the zone in this PK, and it's 16 shots to 5 now.
They have really kept the pressure on this penalty, on this power play. It's definitely a powerful power play unit. That back to the far point. Rimmed right back behind the Michigan goal, trying to get it out. Puck wouldn't settle down, picked up by Jeffers. Jeffers back behind the Michigan goal. Bucksbaum trying to knock that away. Puck comes to the far.
Even up.
Now Barnden trying to work her way in, trying to skate and deke. She comes into the near corner. That through the slot. Fired, held in at the high slot, moved over to Haley. Haley gets it over to Barnden on the near
Nice
circle.
block.
Good block by Katie German, getting in the way of the puck. Here comes Michigan as they get it through the neutral zone. Lindahl racing down the far boards. Lindahl makes a
nice
nifty move coming in. Lindahl with a shot, and that ball bounced back behind the net into the far corner. Good save by Stersinik.
She walked that defenseman. That would have been huge to have it in our zone, their whole power play, and then to go back and break their back.
Now Michigan back to full strength. Lindahl moves it over onto the far circle for Hansen, but Koski gets her stick in the way. Group battling back behind her own goal, trying to pull that away from Hansen. Digging back there also. Steenstra has it. Now into the far corner. Group trying to poke that back. Michigan, Malashevsky pinned against the boards in the far corner, trying to dig that out. Hansen comes in, trying to help out. Malashevsky down to her knees, trying to get that out of there. The puck comes.
Oh, here we go. Backhand.
Backhand.
Oh,
and
no
just
penalty.
couldn't get
Boy, they're going to let
him
them play, let me tell you.
Koski has it in along the near boards as Steenstra fires it. Held in. Good job by Simmer. Simmer trying to make a move, and here comes down the near boards is Hobbs. Hobbs gains the zone for McKendree. Hobbs
Nice
skates
pick.
through traffic.
Wow.
Hobbs with a shot and a save by Poniff.
Huge screen, huge pick. They're doing it all, but Michigan's holding the fort. I got to say that non-call there on a couple trips in front could be a Menski's special. That's for sure.
A lot of contact out there, but they have absolutely been letting them play. That puck outside the far circle, tipped back. There's a shot, bounces high up in the air into the far corner. Smothers trying to get to it. Hung battling it along the far boards outside the far circle. Still trying to poke it back. That grab shot there by McKendree. And we'll go up into the netting as that was a blast from Cambites over on the far side.
Last couple minutes here. We got to hold the fort, get one down at the other end.
1 minute, 40 seconds left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score. Face off to Poniff's right in the far face-off circle. Hung trying to knock that away. Bounces off the end boards.
She's pinching.
Trying to get that. That deflects back to Kolwich. Kolwich has it back behind her own goal. Moves it over to Carr on the near circle. Carr feeds it ahead. Gargiulo gets it into the neutral zone, and here comes Hung. Hung moves it over to Gargiulo. Gargiulo has that knocked away. Carr trying to hold it in at the far point. Lacroix puts it into the far corner. That lifted back into the neutral zone.
3-on-2.
Here comes
Need a trailer.
Kuba Krovich. There's a shot that just goes wide. Picked up back behind the goal. Trying to pull that away is Kolwich. That outside the far circle. Here comes Hung.
Make it.
Hung trying to avoid three
Nice
McKendree
play.
players back behind her. Trying to box her in. 52 seconds left to go here in the first. Carr
Nice
pinned
play.
against the boards. That's a whistle.
Offsides. Close.
49.1 seconds left to go.
Mark, I'm not getting any younger doing this.
This is going to be what looks like early a good back and forth game. McKendree definitely has the lead on the shots on goal. Matthews at the near face-off circle moves it back to Katie German, trying to feed it ahead. That goes into the far corner. Flazard chasing it. That picked up as Kuperkovic has
Somebody's
it back
gotta get
behind,
in
stealing
front,
it out in front.
Oh,
Matthews, and she
come
goes
on.
down. And that puck will be
Wow.
outside the near circle. Katie German trying to hold it in.
Rocked.
There's a little hip check there by Barron. 28.6 seconds left to go.
Tammy's feeling that one.
Definitely had her feet taken out from under her there. Face-off in the near face-off circle outside of the McKendree zone. Malashevsky to take the face-off. That poked back by Jeffers. Grabbed by Haley back behind her own goal. 23 seconds left to go. Haley comes down the far boards, gets it into the neutral zone.
Deep.
Izzy German trying to move that back. That deflected. Now Gustafson into the far corner trying to pull that away from McKendree.
Yeah, somebody's got to step up and play D. Okay.
Jeffers puts it into the slot. That pulled away, but a whistle.
Hook on us again? Wow.
7 seconds left to go. Gustafson gets the hook, and
Keegan with it. I didn't see that. You can't hook, but you can knock people down.
well, they have a better view than I do of it, but
You are so nice, Mark.
may not be what I saw, but yeah. Malashevsky over trying to take the face-off, trying to poke that away. Lindahl trying to get to it. The group has it. There's a slap shot that goes wide, and that will do it
That
for the
field
first
goal.
period.
That field goal attempt was wide. Wow, that was high.
That definitely had some items. So at this point, they had 17 shots on goal. McKendree, 7 by Michigan. So they end up catching up with you on the shots on goal for McKendree, at least up on the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts on that first period?
Well, I think going into the locker room, they should be proud of the fact and build on the fact that if they could say they were going to take this team to a 0-0 tie after the first period with all the talk and the rankings and all the nerves and everything,
Yeah.
I'd be thrilled with it. And it should prove to them that they can skate with anybody.
Yes.
And if
absolutely.
they use each other and we're the run in the four, they should have the confidence they need without the nerves. Just know that they've got to have more shots and work for some puck luck and some bounces, and I would be pleased.
Now, I think if you actually looked at scoring opportunities, it would be a little closer if you look at quality scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
Michigan had a couple opportunities only on their 7 shots, but they had some opportunities. And McKendree hit a pipe, and they've had some opportunities as well. So let's play a little bit of the victors, and then we will be right back, and we will go over our ACHA scoreboard report, talk about all the games yesterday, and tell you what's happening today. It is 0-0 here at the first intermission at the McKendree Metro Recplex here, McKendree versus Michigan. You are watching Michigan Women's Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. Let's go over our intermission scoreboard report as taking a look. Action yesterday, Division II, it was University of Jamestown Division I beating Dakota College at Botanu. That was a 3-1 win by Jamestown. University of Connecticut in Division II beat the Worcester Polytechnic Institute 4-0. It was Assaborn Community College 9-2 over Iowa State University in Division II. No scores reported in a number of these games. Taking a look, it was Providence College 4 and Bentley University 1. That was in Division II. No score reported for a number of these. Taking a look, University of Buffalo in Division II put it on the Rochester Institute of Technology 11-2. Lawrence Tech University beat West Virginia 11-1. No score reported between Wyoming and the Air Force Academy. It was a final in overtime. St. Aslam College beat Harvard 4-3. Sioux College tripled up Central Michigan 6-2. That's a CCWHA D2 matchup. University of Minnesota beat Aquinas 3-1. It was Mercyhurst putting on Westchester 16-0. University of Wisconsin Eau Claire had 18, and University of Wisconsin Stout had 2. It was Montana beating Wyoming 6-2. Lake Superior State beat Grand Valley State University. That was a 4-3 win. No score reported in the University of Michigan Dearborn Davenport game. Adrian College beat Maryville 3-1. So Adrian lost the game to McKendree, beat Maryville yesterday, and they're playing Maryville today. So we'll have racing buses back to the Michigan area between those two teams. We know about the Lindenwood game. The Naval Academy beat the University of Delaware, that on Veterans Day weekend. And we do want to thank all those wonderful, amazing veterans out there. Thank you for your service. Midland doubled up Minot 4-2. It was Miami beating Indiana Tech. We talked about this one yesterday, 4-1. UMass beat University of Utah 1-0. That is your ACHA intermission scoreboard report. Besides the Indiana Tech loss to Miami, no big real surprises there. Taking a look at games going on today, looks like the Sacred Heart Villanova was postponed. There was a very early morning game versus University of Minnesota Duluth versus Assaborn. D2 Notre Dame is hosting Michigan State today. Bentley versus Harvard. Providence is hosting Holy Cross. That's Division II. University of Wisconsin is hosting Aurora in Division II. Buffalo hosting Mercyhurst. Taking a look for Division I matchups today. Let's take a look as UMass is hosting Boston. That's or Connecticut hosting Boston. That's Division II as well. Rhode Island is hosting Rogers Williams University. We'll see Rhode Island. They're 1-3 on the season so far. We'll see them on the 14th at Yost Ice Arena. 5 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Wyoming hosted Montana State University. Lake Superior State is taking on Grand Valley. That's a 1 o'clock game up in Sault Ste. Marie. And 1:30 Central Time, so just shortly after our tip, it's Marysville hosting Adrian College for the second game. So Adrian trying to get 2 wins, 1 loss on the road trip. Penn State is hosting Michigan State University. That game at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's a rough wake up and go play some hockey. But hopefully at that point, if they played at 9 a.m., they got to be in the big rink. Because that would be rough to play at 9 a.m. and be in the smaller rink at Pagula.
The other thing is that's an MSU game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they practice in the morning.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
that's actually really plays well into their hands, right? So when we used to play, when our practices were early, we could really throw other teams off with an early morning practice.
Oh, I don't doubt that. So and now is late games better because you always get the ice at 10 o'clock.
Midnight's perfect.
I sorry, for the players, not for us. We're old.
No.
But, for
and
the
you know,
players.
it's funny. The coaches always like the early morning, but I got to say that by and large, most of the players were zombies for morning practices, especially when they're like 6 o'clock. It was great because you, as a coach, you'd go practice, shower, and go to work. But the poor players were, probably up till 2 studying, so it wasn't part of their lifestyle. But that Rob wasn't. That's not a bad call for Blackburn there at MSU with their morning practices. Last I knew, they were still practicing in the morning.
It's whenever you can get ice time is the key.
Yep.
And so we'll see what happens here. Michigan is on the penalty kill, so they're going to have to kill off a 1 minute 53 second penalty, as McKendree has had 2 power plays. Michigan able to kill off the first power play. But we will see what happens on this next one as we're counting down.
We should get a call or 2 here just to make it equal pretty soon, especially the way we're getting our skates knocked out.
It did look like there was something that could possibly be called tripping. There was something that could definitely be tripping in front. That's a sign I've never seen at an ice rink. If you look across the way, oh, sorry, never mind. For a second, it was far enough away seeing through the net, it looked like it was no pickleballs. It's no pucks or balls, but I thought it was no pickleballs. I'm like, is it that popular now that people are randomly knocking off the wall over there? Apparently I need to use the binoculars a little bit more, but that's okay.
Just trying to save the rink.
Absolutely.
All the kids shoot everything against the masonry walls, and boom, there's holes.
I'll admit we were awful lucky at our hotel that we didn't have any big youth tournaments and folks there, because that does make it fun to try and get past the floor hockey in the hallways at night, but that's okay.
We had ice cubes flying in our hotel last night. There were a bunch of young girls, soccer teams, and they had girls on each flight, had an ice cube fight from the ice machine. Coach Tribbs walked into the middle of it last night. That was kind of exciting.
Well, I'm sure the hotel doesn't love it, but at least it's nothing you got to pick up. It melts and goes away, but
somebody
still.
doesn't slip and fall and sue them. But
yeah, no doubt.
They've got to love having us there, because you've got basically 30 disciplined, intelligent young ladies that are studying when they're not doing anything else, and walk out of the room unmolested, versus the hordes of young male and female hockey players and soccer players that were tearing it around like crazy people.
I think Jim Gaffigan has a funny joke about being in a Canadian hotel, and there's always a youth hockey team at every Canadian hotel, and I feel that way at a lot of Michigan hotels as well.
Yeah, it was certainly that way at Lake State. That's part of the reason we couldn't get a room, and I was in the RV park.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's fun. It's fun to see the youth getting a chance to play, and I always want to support the youth, because otherwise we won't have players come up, and we won't have people to recruit. So getting ready to take out. Here's about 3 minutes and 35 seconds counting down. Again, the crowd has been coming in. Again, if anything happens, McKendree, we did tweet out there.
We still promise you good seats, though.
Absolutely. There are still plenty of seats out here.
There is a paid gate here, so be cautious or walk around.
It is a nice, you go up a set of stairs and you come in, and it's kind of like a Mun and other ones where you come up at the top and go down a little bit like the Ice Cube.
Yep.
They do have a nice little bar where most of the Michigan parents are at, so they can pop out their laptops there.
Bar being a table.
Bar being a table, yes,
right,
yes.
Right,
Forgive me. Yes, a bar is in the implement, not the booze behind it. There was plenty of that at the rink yesterday. There was plenty of booze. There was a bar there. Not so much here. I guess it would probably be against the whole Metroplex being in shape.
That could be. Yeah, that's true.
Last thing you want is someone to have a couple cold ones and then hop on an elliptical or something.
Although this does remind me of the Chelsea Arctic Coliseum, where you've got a situation where it could be a bar above instead of a gym, the same as what they do at Adrian.
Absolutely. And they actually do have some seats up there. It's almost like the seats above
club level.
Club level. Yeah, club level.
If you work out, you get on club level.
I don't even know how to get over there, but we're happy here.
Very happy here.
Absolutely. So we have a good sight lines. We can't complain. They have a little bit more. They have some nice banners hanging to keep the echoing down to a bare minimum, so that's nice.
But you notice there's no national championship banners or anything like that.
There are not. No. There are not. Absolutely.
As nice as it is, it's a soulless arena compared to Yost.
Yes, absolutely. And here's hoping at some point in the not-too-distant future we can put a ACHA Division I Women's National Championship banner up in the old barn.
That would be awesome. I hope they give us permission. We can't put a poster up in that facility, so we're hoping we can put a banner up.
Absolutely. Well, first we gotta go win it, and then the finagling can happen.
But I mean, even our schedule isn't posted. So.
Yeah. Well, we know that you can make it to Yost Ice Arena on the 4th, where we'll have the old Puckers on a benefit game at Yost Ice Arena, and we're going to broadcast that. So we'll steal Coach Ned away and put him up in the broadcast booth. But get down to Yost Ice Arena. Otherwise, if you want to see this team live, they will be next Saturday over at the Southside Arena playing Aquinas. If you want to go out to, or you are on the west side of the state. And then the next game at Yost Ice Arena is the 14th of January versus Rhode Island. I think last time we saw Rhode Island was in the little tournament up at UMass, I believe, because we saw them in 17. I know we played them and we played Penn State and someone else there. So
they're fun to play. Jump around.
As the Wisconsin grad appreciates that.
A little cheesehead action here. Not doing too well jumping around on one leg.
And jump can be a term used fairly loosely.
That's right.
Although I do remember listening to an Eastern Michigan game, and Rob Brubick said that the entire stadium was bouncing during that, and he said he was worried about structural integrity.
They actually, the engineering department at Wisconsin researched that. They did that with the Budweiser song, and then they did it for Jump Around, and they say it's good. So
there you go.
Because they have an upper deck.
Trust those engineers. That comes back out in along the neutral zone, plucked up there by Groot. Groot comes back into her own zone, down the near boards, 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the power play for McKendree. They fire it deep into the Michigan zone, into the near corner. Michigan going from left to right here in this second period. Groot has it high slot. Groot, top of the near circle for Barnden. Barnden shot went wide to the left-hand side. That goes all the way back, cleared. Groot trying to get to it, couldn't get to it. So that will slip past as Stersinik has it right back behind her own goal. As they fire it ahead, Gargiulo racing over.
Oh,
and Simmer trying to provide some pressure.
Offsides.
That's going to be offsides.
Good
indeed.
call. Good call.
There's just a little offsides. They'll pull it back out. 1 minute, 3 seconds left to go in the power play for McKendree. 19:09 left to go in the second. Scoreless so far. Face off in the far face-off circle just outside the Michigan zone. Gorgievska Sharp had it. That fired back. Smothers brings it in at the near point. Smothers on the near circle. Feeds it into the slot.
Nice
that
tip.
knocked down.
Nice.
Matthews did a good job to put it into the far corner.
You need a bounce.
At top of the near circle, trying to pull it in. Smothers gets it to the near point. That swung high slot. Shot there.
That's
knocked away.
Back post person.
Trying to rifle it. That goes all the way down. Kuberkovic goes back to get it back behind her own goal. Kuberkovic looking out. Matthews providing pressure.
Stand there a while.
25 seconds left to go here in the power play for McKendree. They do a long pass
should be an ice.
into the near corner. That is indeed icing.
Huge. See, that's where we outsmart them. You can ice it like that on the power play is not a smart play.
Looked like a long pass that just didn't hit its market. 19 seconds left to go here in this power play. Face-off is going to be in the far face-off circle. Malashevsky in to take the face-off versus Lacroix.
She's good on draws. There you go.
Malashevsky wins it back to the far point.
Ooh,
Shot there. Bad save, and they
Ooh.
fire it all the way down.
With a face.
11 seconds left to go. That's going to be a shoot. Nope, not a shot on goal, but they wave off icing.
Rain. Oh, there we go.
And it's sent all the way back. Haley chases it. outside her own
Even up.
goal as indeed the penalty has expired.
I'm not sure if we made adjustments or not, but I'll tell you what, they did not get a shot on that power play.
Here comes Koski. Koski, top of the far circle of the Michigan zone with the shot. That goes into the near corner. Trying to pull that away, shoving it deep is Haley. Outside the near circle, Smothers with it. Comes back into the neutral zone. Here comes Michigan. Racing ahead. Lindahl moves it over to Hansen. Hansen
she goes.
Trying to get to Lindahl. Oh,
she
and
the back post.
Settled down.
Oh, my. What a great play going back and forth. That's sharing the puck right there. That is huge.
There was a McKendree defense player who got it right there. Otherwise, Lindahl would have had probably a first surefire right up in the upper right-hand corner. Yeah, good movement from Lindahl to Hansen and back. Gargiulo to take the face-off in the near face-off circle.
We're out shooting him in this period, Mark.
That is excellent. Hopefully we can keep it up as 17:30 left to go here in the second period. Scoreless so far. Racing back to get it is Gustafson. She goes back behind her own goal, trying to avoid pressure by Barron. Carr outside the far circle, now held in by Barnden at the far point. Barnden makes a move, top of the far circle. That's stopped by Poneth, and she covers it up.
Little late stuff going on there. Uh-oh, somebody may go on that.
A little pushing and shoving afterwards, and the officials. Slashing is the call, and we might have our first Michigan power play.
Yep, there we go.
As Barron goes into the box, that's a slashing call, Michigan.
Good for her, good for him. You got to protect the goalies. That's paramount.
Absolutely. So Michigan.
Over 30%, Mark.
5-on-4 for Michigan. Malashevsky wins it back. Gargiulo top of the far circle.
Wow, they're going to be aggressive. That's a trigger.
Right out to her. That back in along the end boards. Swanson trying to get to it. That fired all the way down the ice.
Okay. That's all right. Now we know they're going to be over aggressive.
Poneth has it, trying to get it away from Cambitz.
Oh, it's 3-on-2.
Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl on the far circle, stops there. Sends it back to Gargiulo, top of the far circle. Gargiulo skates her way in. Gargiulo backhanded shot. That's a save by Stersinek. Now on to near circle. Malashevsky. Wouldn't settle down for Lindahl in the slot. There's a shot by Katie.
Yes!
And she puts it in. Katie German scores. I'm not sure if Hansen got the tip out in front or not, but Katie German took a blast from the high slot. There was a lot of traffic. I don't know if Stersinek could have even seen that coming.
They had Kelsey going through first, so it may have been tips.
Kelsey might have gotten her stick there. Forgive me, the 9 and the 8, I didn't. But yeah, Kelsey, I think, got the tip, but it was a blast from KG from the high slot that's got it going.
And you know they settled down. They saw that McKendree was going to be over aggressive, and as soon as they got out of position, they made him pay for that over aggression.
Fired back deep.
That's smarts right there.
Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. 16-19 left to go.
See, that's going to give them, they believe. They can believe now.
Malashevsky trying to get it over to Lindahl. Now Hansen bringing it in. Swanson does get the goal. Katie German obviously on the assist. And over. Here comes
2-on-1.
Lacroix racing ahead with it. Lacroix on the near circle.
Play.
And what a great defensive play by Kolwich. Kolwich did an excellent job knocking that away. Puck in along the far boards. They fire it back. That grab there.
Don't get too happy, guys.
Feeding it up. And that tipped by Lindahl. So that goes back deep. Michigan gets a line change. Malashevsky coming back trying to pressure. Kubrakovic, that puck right at the blue line, plucked up there. Here comes, coming in, Cambitz has it, top of the far circle, poked away, and saved by Poneth. Michigan 1, McKendree nothing, 15:25 left to go here in the second. So Michigan played yesterday, so they maybe have a little less rust, but McKendree was off yesterday, so they might have a little bit more energy not having played yesterday. So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, the kicker for us this year is we're running 4 lines, 3 sets of D, so we should be fairly fresh. We're not leaning on anybody to get too much ice time.
Shot from the top of the far circle and covered up.
Save.
Oh, I thought that ended up, it looked like it almost went in.
Yeah.
I think it might have hit the post and popped right back behind her. And Poneth doing her doing her best superhero impression, put on the cape and dove on it. That was a hair widths away from making it a tie game. Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. 15:02 left to go. The puck into the far corner.
Good play.
All the way down
Not
into
gonna make
McKendree end. McKendree tried to knock it down, so no icing. Group comes in along the near boards.
Okay, they're starting to get individual here. We got to make them pay for that.
Group gains the zone, top of the far circle. Group trying to get it into the slot to Hobbs. And out into the near corner. Flazar trying to get to it and bring it out of the zone. Flazar moves it and tipped ahead coming down the far boards. Katie German trying to get to it. That puck knocked away, but Flazar outside the far circle. Flazar goes into the far corner. She's battling there versus Group.
Here we go.
Comes into the near corner. Trying to pull that away. Matthews trying to battle 3 McKendree players. Flazar into the near corner. And it comes right back behind the goal where Groot has it underneath the far circle.
Oh, that's a suicide pass.
Matthews trying to get it that into the neutral zone. Ceballos sends it right back in.
Hit
and
the bench.
Offsides. 14-5, or 14:05, excuse me, is left in the second. Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. Face-off in the far face-off circle just outside of the McKendree zone. Michigan gets it in as Hung brings it into the zone. The puck in along the near boards. Brown feeds it through the neutral zone. Jeffers fires it back into the near corner. Bucksbaum chases it back behind her own goal, coming from the near side to the far side. Gets it to Carr outside the far circle. She's battling a pair of McKendree players there. Bucksbaum takes it back in along the end boards. That pops up high.
Ooh.
Kolwich has it now. Kolwich trying to avoid pressure. Carr chips it to the far point, but that held in.
Here we
now
go.
Here comes a breakaway.
Gargiulo
on a breakaway. Gargiulo puts it. And a shot. Good save by Stersinik. And fired ahead. Now here comes a 1-on-2 trying to get past Jeffers. Top of the far circle.
Breakaway for the Gar. Woo!
And grabbed is good job by Kolwich to knock that back behind, and Ponith with the save.
Nice hard shot.
13-15 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Michigan with the lead. McKendree trying to keep pressure on Michigan. Michigan would love to get that next goal and try and go up by 2. McKendree wants to get this all equal. And coming in is Haley, fires it right back behind the Michigan goal, trying to pull that away. Chased into the near corner. Izzy German has it. Izzy German gets it to the near point. As DeFoss had it. There's moved on to near circle, stolen away. Great job by Izzy German to poke that out. Grabbing it back, Haley, and along the near boards of the neutral zone, retreats into her own zone. Feeds the head to Smothers.
Far side trailer.
Smothers has it outside the far circle, trying to get it into the slot. That poked away, coming into the near corner. Pinned in against the boards. Lacroix trying to fire it right through the slot. Grab. That's a shot by Haley. Goes off the glass, back behind the goal.
Another field goal.
Right back to the near point. DeFoss fires it back deep. That grabbed. Moved. Groot holds it in at the near point, or at the far point. That fired back in deep. Malashevsky trying to steal it away from Groot. Groot goes right back behind the Michigan goal. Groot fires it out in front. Lots of traffic.
Nice save.
Great save coming down the near boards.
Point blank. She set up behind the net. That's a good play. Sandy was ready for it.
Ponith keeps it, a 1-0 Michigan lead. Lindahl trying to steal it away. Here comes McKendree through the neutral zone, bringing it in as Cam Bitts puts it into the far corner. Racing over to try and get to it. Battle for it in the far corner. Smothers in there, working against Gustafson. That poked out by Hansen. Trying to hold it. Steenstra has
Stay with it.
Now coming in is
too many.
Gorgovska. That put back into the neutral zone. Grabbing it. Now that fed ahead. Here comes McKendree as Painter has it. Top of the near circle. Painter. Drop pass over to Barnden. Out in front. Ooh.
Nice try for the tip.
Dangerous. Painter was right out in front for it. Michigan trying to get it out of the zone. Puck outside of the far circle. Cummings trying to poke it out. She ends up losing an edge, and that puck into the near corner. Out of play.
They're bringing the energy now. We just got to match it. Settle down and take a deep breath and clear the zone. Just high off the glass, regroup, pick our spots.
11-14 left to go here in the second. Michigan up 1-0. Face off in the far face off circle. Gordon trying to get it. And pulled away, coming in
drop
Hobbs.
it back. Got to be ready for that.
Top of the near circle is Kubrakovic, has it high slot, moves it outside the near circle. Gordon trying to poke that away as Koski has it back behind the goal. Now trying to poke it out in front, battle for it as Hassenfratz had it.
There you go.
That's set up. Here comes Michigan down the near boards. Racing ahead, Simmer fires it back deep. Pulled away by Koski. She skates right in front of her own goal, puts it down the far boards. Coming in, here comes Hobbs. Hobbs on the far circle. Hobbs with a shot. Good save by Poneth, comes outside the near circle. Now Koski has it at the near point. Michigan trying to get it out. That's held in and fired right back behind. Michigan goal wrap around attempt. Great save. Cummings lifts it into the neutral zone. That will
It's going to be good.
bank. They'll wave off icing as racing back to get it is trying to get it. Kubrakovic has it back behind the goal.
She fell. Maybe she's going to.
Trying to get it out in front. Good defensive play by Barron to knock that away. Out into the neutral zone. Here comes Jeffers. Jeffers gains the zone outside the far circle. Jeffers goes into the far corner, poked away from her. Good job back there by Swanson to pull that away.
We're doing a really nice job of picking up that trailing forward, so they got nowhere to go with it but in the corner.
Bucksbaum trying to knock it away. Here comes Michigan as that's set up, racing down the far boards, fired back in deep. Swanson chasing it. That grabbed, helped along the near boards by Cloutier. Jeffers in along the near boards. Matthews trying to get to it. And it slips into the neutral zone. Hung trying to peel it off the near boards of the neutral zone. She ends up in a pile there, but bringing it ahead is Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum weaves through traffic.
Take a backhand.
On the far circle, moves it back to the far point. Grab there, shot.
There.
That deflected. Hung goes
right
back
open in
behind,
front.
right out in front, trying to get to Carr. Here comes Kolwich with a shot. Oh, that one just deflected.
Nice move.
The far circle, Hung has that tipped away. Gargiulo holds
Deep.
it in. Gargiulo backhands it. Now that grab by McKendree.
Still in.
Trying to poke that away. Barron back there as that's a quartet in front of the Michigan bench.
Here we go.
Picked up as
Settle it
Gargiulo
down.
moves it back over to Kolwich. Back over and along the far boards. Here comes Izzy German bringing ahead. Hung gains the zone.
Ava's due.
And in along the end boards, trying to grab that as Carr comes into the far corner for Brown. Brown backhands it. Michigan holds it in at the far point.
I wish she could have got that.
Trying to get to it is Carr. Now coming the other direction. Here comes Lacroix. Lacroix gains the Michigan zone. Good job trying to knock that away by Gargiulo.
Here
She
we
puts
go.
it all the way down. Racing in. Here comes Lindahl in the near circle. Lindahl with a shot, and that just knocked off the side of the net. Trying to go upper right-hand corner and really close.
She had a tough angle.
Puck into the near corner. Trying to move it around is DeFoss into the far corner. Right there.
Referees have swallowed their whistles, I'll tell you that. Here we go.
Cloutier
Give it to her.
trying to tip it.
Give it
Here
to her.
comes Lindahl over Malashevsky. Puck went settled down.
There it is.
Trying to face
Still
it.
there.
Still loose. And there is just a pile of bodies out in front.
Wow. I'm
Trying to get
surprised
to
there
that.
wasn't a delay of game or something there.
DeFoss trying to get it out of the zone. Good job to keep that in by Hansen as the puck in along the near boards, banked ahead by Lacroix. Lacroix gets it over to DeFoss. That's sent back deep as Smothers puts it into the far corner. Izzy German with it. 7:36 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Michigan with the lead.
Julia's gassed.
Groot comes into the near corner. Lindahl trying to knock that away. Groot fires it into the neutral zone.
That's
that banked
gonna
off
be
the
an ice.
boards. That is going to be icing and head back into the McKendree zone.
Good, we can get a fresh set out there. Wow, that pile up in front. Just too many bodies. Nobody could get it far enough back to put it upstairs.
Yeah, the puck was about 6 inches away from the body, and you can't lift it in that little a phone box.
Especially with somebody hacking at you.
Although I say phone booth, and I don't know if anyone under 20 knows what that is.
No, that's still the saying, though. I use it. I got you, Mark.
Underneath the near circle, that ball ahead. Kept in. Michigan chasing. Simmer trying to get to it. Groot comes back behind her own goal. Puts it into the near corner. And pulled away back there is Steve out in front. Cummings trying to get to it, and her stick was just lifted from behind coming in. On the near circle, here comes Gorgovska sharp into the near corner.
Their defenseman put that right on their own net.
Coming ahead with it, Michigan moves it ahead. Cummings racing to get it. That will be icing.
Wow. Okay.
Steenstra.
We can't change.
So Michigan, again, in college hockey, you cannot change on an icing. College and pro hockey, you can at the high school level. 6:43 left to go here in the second. Now, what do you have on shots on goal? As I don't.
I've got 23 for them and 14 for us.
So they're doing pretty well with McKendree shots on the board. They have 23 to 10. So
yeah, figures they get theirs right.
Ceballos moves it around the boards.
It's all
outside
about
the
marketing. They're trying to build them up.
Indeed. Lannon trying to hold it in.
Nice block.
That was a good block by Michigan. They bank it all the way down. And racing back to get it. Icing waved off. Lannon has it back behind her own goal. That comes in.
Unfortunately, we had to change, but worked out all right.
Jeffers.
Watch out, Kelsey. Protect yourself.
In along the near boards. That pulled in.
Got the
there
numbers.
Comes
Got to catch
Barnden.
her. Good job.
Barnden, top of the far circle.
Tied her up.
Great job by Matthews. Good defensive play. Now Barron trying to get a good block back there into the near corner as Ceballos had a beautiful block on that shot. Coming back over Barrett. Feeds it into the near corner. That goes rimming into the far corner. Jeffers with it there. Jeffers feeds it back to the far point.
She's got open in front. Open in front. Got to watch that.
DeFoss gets it over to Barnden. Barnden coming in. Shot. And that deflected. Barnden, the leader in goals. And that is going to be a penalty on Michigan, as that is going to be a legal body check.
Yeah. Fortunately, it was no more than 2. Once again, he's playing with his elbows.
It's got to be an illegal body check, obviously, but
yeah,
or roughing. They do call roughing sometimes.
I just don't want it to be a 5 for a lot of reasons.
Yes, indeed. Only 2 minutes up on the board. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle. 5:39 left to go here in the second. Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. But McKendree is on their third power play of the game. Back to the near point. Groot has it. High slot. Groot moves it. Top of the near circle coming in. Barnden. Back to Groot in the high slot. Puck wouldn't come with her. Now Barnden just top of the near circle. Back to Groot. High slot. Groot moves it over outside the far circle. Jeffers with it there. Jeffers coming in. Shot. Blocker save by Ponev. Wouldn't settle down for Barnden into the near corner. Izzy German avoids a big collision. That right out in front.
Got personal there.
Coming in along the near boards. That fired by Lindahl all the way down.
So they changed their power play. They're not putting somebody on that post. They got him right in Sandy's face. And Izzy did a really nice job of tying him up.
1 minute, 15 seconds left to go on the McKendree power play. Moved over and along the near boards. Barnden trying to put it into the Michigan zone. Lifted all the way back.
Nice goal.
Excellent job by Izzy German to put it back deep. 4:40 left to go here in the second. 1 minute left in the McKendree power play. They bring it up the near boards. Barnden with it. Barnden backhands it deep into the near corner.
Not what you're supposed to do. Just dump it in the zone.
Gustafson chasing it. Groot holds it in at the near point. Groot comes high slot. Groot now moves it onto near circle. Ooh, one-timer there by Gorgovska Sharp. That into the far corner. Trying to pull it ahead is Lannon. Lannon trying to feed it. That right through the crease. Comes back to the near point.
Boy, they got a lot of bodies
on the near circle. Gargiulo got a little caught up there. And now here comes Groot. High slot. Trying to move it over onto the far circle. There's a shot. Knocked down out in front. Still loose. Tipped. Loose on the near circle. And then able to fire it all the way down was Simmer.
That should pretty well kill it here.
13 seconds left on the power play. Groot has it back behind her own goal. 9 seconds left on the power play.
I am Groot.
She is a playmaker and assist. She has 16 assists.
She's as tall as Groot, too.
Absolutely. She is an imposing player. She
Here we go.
Fired that in along the far boards. Here comes Hansen.
Out of the box.
Moves it over, racing ahead with it on the far circle. Malashevsky is pulled off the...
Yeah, what do we got here? Maybe something?
Face-off in the far face-off circle. They're going to say that they just got tangled there.
Penalty for tangling. Well, that's that could be a Menski's no call there with the warm Jobel. Save your ticket stub.
Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. 3:26 left to go. Ice may seem a little tilted, but hoping that'll work itself out. Shot there, just goes wide. Trying to get to it and along the far boards. Lindahl trying to pull it. That held in. Good job by Kolwich. Comes deep,
deep.
High slot. Now that pulled away. Here comes Cambitz. Cambitz, top of the near circle. Cambitz trying to get a centering attempt. Lacroix ended up getting tangled up. Bucksbaum in the far corner. She rims it all the way around the boards, getting it to Foss outside the near circle into the near corner. Kolwich trying to pull it away.
Oh, we're going to get one? Or is a foot caught in the Zamboni door?
Koski ended up kind of almost doing the splits. Michigan comes in, and Michigan gets the penalty.
Poor Kara. She gets so many calls because she's a foot taller than everybody else. I did not see anything there.
I mean, I get where you're looking at it and you see her kind of, you expect it's a stick, but I do think you're right. It was the Zamboni door, but again, we have a view higher up than they do.
That is correct. They're paid to be low and make those calls.
We also live 8 hours away and probably not in the local area, so that may help.
That's true.
In along the end boards, trying to pull that away.
Are you trying to say I'm not impartial just because I don't know any of their names and numbers on the Purple People Eaters team?
Barnden on the near circle. Oh, that was close, trying to get
close.
it top left-hand slot, or top left-hand corner coming in. Group moves it over. Top of the far circle coming in. Jeffers.
Yeah, we're in too deep. They're walking in way too far.
Barnden moves it over. Groot, high slot, working her way in.
Right
Groot
here.
moves it
how
over.
Close she is.
Barnden with a shot as they got two players right in the crease. And move back
There
over.
you go. Got to step in there.
1:18 left to go on the power play for McKendree. Jeffers puts it into the far corner. That moved high slot for Groot. Groot moves it over onto the near circle.
Step out.
Trying to set up Barnden, and you
Good.
can kind of see how Groot has the assist lead and Barnden has the goal lead as they look like they work well together.
Yeah.
Jeffers,
Step
top
out,
of the far circle.
Step out.
And onto the near circle. Good job getting a stick in the way by Izzy German. Now that should be cleared and all the way down the ice. All the way back. Group picks it up and along the end boards. And
Uh-oh. Interference.
an interference call.
What in the world? To the bench? I missed that behind the play.
I too was focused on where the puck was, but
That's an intelligent call. An intelligent penalty.
Hassan Frat sends up in the penalty box, and we're 4-on-4 hockey now for 45 seconds, where Michigan will have a 1 minute 15-second power play, depending on what happens. Now that would be a little bit in this period, a little bit in the third, if nothing else happens, because we have 1 minute 38 seconds left in this period. If that made any sense at all.
I'm trying to figure out what in the world happened behind for interference. I missed that.
Swanson into the far corner, trying to pull it away as we are level 4-on-4 hockey. Bucksbaum keeps it in. Into the far corner, bringing it ahead. And slipped as Lannon. Had it pulled away. Fired ahead by Bucksbaum.
Got a catch.
Here comes Matthews into the near corner, trying to get it away. Kuba Kovic had it. Outside the near circle. Here comes Smothers. Through the neutral zone. That's Koski. High slot, Koski. Top of the far circle with a shot. That one goes back behind the Michigan goal outside the near circle.
Here go KG. She's got the look.
1 minute left, and the penalty
has
expired for Michigan.
That's interference.
Michigan has a power play now for 1 minute 10 seconds. 45 seconds left to go here in the second. And puck goes all the way back, picked up by Gustafson, back behind her own goal underneath the far circle. She moves it back. Hansen picking it up. Hansen in along the far boards. Hansen stops, trying to avoid pressure by Cambitz. In along the near boards, Gargiulo has it. Gargiulo fires it right back behind the goal, bringing it down the far boards. Hansen gets it in along the near boards. Here comes Gargiulo with 20 seconds left in the period. Gargiulo into the near corner. Michigan on the power play. Michigan up 1-0.
Look at how over-aggressive they are. They've got two people on her. We've got three. That's good now. But they're going to kill it in that corner. But they are way over-aggressive. Make her pay.
Lindahl shot it. Good save there as Steenstra has it. Steenstra has it in the far corner. Well, Michigan will have a 22-second power play coming in to the third, as it is Michigan 1, McKendree nothing. What was your shots on goal tally there? So
26-16 in my count.
26
Us
to 16.
was 16, yeah.
So Michigan being outshot, but they have the lead here, as again the crowd has gotten bigger and bigger, as we've seen here. Let's take a look at our Michigan scoreboard report, and taking a look at action yesterday. Women's rowing ended up at the Michigan State Open. That was non-scoring. In football at Penn State, Michigan 21 and Penn State 15. And then versus number 6, Minnesota, the NCAA men's team won in a shootout. It was a 2-2 tie, went to a shootout, and Michigan got the win on that. So that's what happened yesterday. As we'll take a look and see what action is happening today as we just flip that script. Happening today, volleyball, women's volleyball is at Piscataway taking on Rutgers. That started at 1 o'clock Eastern. And that is the only thing happening on the Michigan calendar today. So let's step away and play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. It is the second intermission, so you know what time it is. It's time for I Can't Turn You Loose.
Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his blues band. Gary Lewis and his blues band.
And let's do a little scoreboard report for Women's Division I for the NCAA. Taking a look at starting off on Thursday, November 9th, it was St. Thomas beating Minnesota State 4-1. On Friday in the ECAC, it was Brown beating Rensselaer Polytechnic 3-1. Colgate beat Dartmouth 8-1. It was Cornell beating Harvard 5-1. Union beat Yale Yale beat Union in overtime 3-2. In Hockey East, it was New Hampshire beating Boston University 4-2. Holy Cross beating Merrimack in overtime. It was Holy Cross winning that one in a shootout. Connecticut beat Maine 1-0. It was Providence beating Northeastern 1-0, and Boston College doubled up Vermont 6-3. In the NEAA, it was Assumption beating St. Michael's 5-0. Franklin Pierce beat Post 6-0. Of course, Franklin Pierce, where Swanson played before coming, or excuse me, she was at LIU. Anyway, so Franklin Pierce beat Post 6-0. It was LIU beating St. Anselm 4-2. Stonehill beat Sacred Heart 1-0. In non-conference, it was Princeton beating Mercyhurst 4-3. On Saturday the 11th, Brown beat Union 2-0. It was Cornell beating Dartmouth 4-1. Colgate put it on Harvard 10-1. It was Yale beating Rensselaer Polytechnic 4-1. Merrimack beat Holy Cross 4-3. It was Connecticut beating Maine 3-1. Providence 3-1 over Northeastern. Boston University beat New Hampshire 5-3, and it was Vermont beating Boston College 3-2. And the NEAA, it was Assumption beating St. Michael's 3-1. Franklin Pierce beat Post to sweep that series 3-1. It was LIU beating St. Anselm 2-1 in overtime, and Sacred Heart beating Stonehill 4-2. Non-conference games: Princeton beat Mercyhurst 5-2, and Clarkston beat St. Lawrence 3-0. That is your NCAA Division I women's hockey scores here for this past week. About 3 minutes and 17 seconds left up on the board for this intermission. Michigan has the 1-0 lead. They're hoping to keep that lead coming into the third and getting it all the way past the third. Again, McKendree is a team that beat Adrian 2-1 back on Friday. They are ranked just behind Michigan, 6 to Michigan 5. They have played a very tough schedule in a very tough conference. So they're battle tested, but Michigan has gone back and forth with them. Now McKendree has the shot lead with 26. Michigan has 15. Michigan try and get a few more shots on goal, but they definitely want to keep after this McKendree team and not let them get comfortable at all. As Coach Ned comes back into the booth with us to hop on the broadcast, and so what is the key to the third period of keeping this lead and maybe trying to increase it? What does Michigan need to do to get the win?
Well, what I always preach is you got to take care of your end first. So the other end's the fun end. This end down here where we got to protect. So we want to let off the gas at all, but we want to be conscientious that we've got a forward high in our offensive zone to help our D out. We don't take any chances. The D does not have a green light to rush it. We want to be sure they stay back and they can bring it the distance. We do have a medical update. I was just on the end of a medical need that I suspect and I hope that Kelsey Swanson isn't going to play this period. She's got some head issues from yesterday's game where she hit her head, and then apparently the activity of today has caused her to have a pretty serious headache. So
oof, that is not fun.
No, we just got hold of her parents and the trainers with her, making sure she can have the right painkiller, but not to mask anything that would make her so she can play, just to make her feel more comfortable. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, biggest thing with the hand injury, we just want to keep an eye on it and hopefully not get it hurt again. And I know my wife is prone to migraines, and I've had one or two in my life, and they are miserable. So having a horrible headache is definitely not enjoyable at all. So we hope that she gets some respite soon, and hopefully Michigan can.
Super tough competitor. So if she's hurting, you know how hard it is to get her out of the game and how hard she plays. They do have an extra body on the bench today. We've dressed the 7th defenseman. We'll see whether they move somebody up from D to fill that spot in the line or what they're going to do. But this will. I saw the coaching staff looking at some things, so they may be trying to figure out who they're going to put in there with Tammy, Megan, and Allie. Tammy Matthews and Allie. So we'll see.
Yeah, Ceballos was a forward last season, but she's in one of the top defensive pairings, and you don't want to take that away and lose. That's always a tough to pull defense.
Yep, she's versatile. She can do that. It's hard to go into a game mentally prepared to play offense or defense and switch, but these guys are smart enough and good enough they can do it.
Puck in along the boards into the Michigan zone. Gustafson reaches back behind her own goal, stops there. Now goes back from the near side to the far side. Comes back to the near side, gets it to Hansen. Hansen comes up the near boards, feeds it ahead. Racing through Lindahl. That tipped back away. McKendree trying to get it out of the zone. Held in by Izzy German. Penalty has expired. McKendree back to full strength. Lindahl outside the far circle. 22 seconds left. Not really much time to get something done on the power play. Malashevsky into the far corner trying to pull it away from a pair of McKendree players. She hits the ice. The puck right back behind the McKendree goal. Into the near corner trying to pull it away is Barnden. Brought in as Jeffers fires it all the way back deep into the Michigan zone. Barron chasing it. Izzy German gets to it first. He's trying to pull that off right out in front, and Poneth puts a glove on it to make sure no one gets an attempt at it. 19:08 left to go here in the third. You would love to see Michigan get an insurance goal and get a little bit more comfortable here, but.
Okay, so they've got.
So Katie German, you got Flazar, Simmer.
Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews. So Simmer's up with them now.
Yep.
That's coming over, so Jesse Simmer trying to poke that away. So adjustment to the lines. And back at the far point, shot there by Jeffers, right out in front.
Oh,
as they have someone literally just right out in front.
That's got to be careful on Sandy's legs. Fell right on her. I don't think she tried very hard to get out of her way.
As they're absolutely trying to get someone right on that crease and cause some issues for Michigan. Face off in the far face off circle. Matthews in to take the face off. On the other side is Hassenfratz outside the near circle, trying to pull that away. Trying to fire it ahead. Kolwich gets it back into the neutral zone. Matthews chasing it, trying to get away from Hobbs. That tipped right to the blue line. Pulled ahead. Knocked down, coming down the near boards. Hobbs brings it into the Michigan zone, top of the near circle.
Nice play, way to step up.
Good job, Kolwich knocking that away. Now trying to bring it back. Flazar gets it, knocked out of the zone. Good defensive play by a forward there. Makes McKendree reset as they come down the near boards.
Didn't buy the fake to the other point man.
Knocked back as Haley sends it back deep into the far corner. Hassenfratz there trying to pull that away, trying to fire it out in front. Kolwich puts it back. Almost looked like they were going to try for a wraparound attempt by Kambitz. There's a shot from the high slot that got blocked out in front. Backhanded back as that was a block by Flazar, who gets it again back out into the neutral zone.
Other side. You got to go weak side.
Michigan fires it down the near boards. That goes back into the McKendree zone. Haley banks it off the near boards, gets it back into the neutral zone, right to the Michigan blue line. Izzy German gives it a good whack, sends it back into the McKendree end. Haley back behind her own goal, sets up shop there. Michigan hung providing pressure. That comes down on the near board. Smothers fires it across the ice. Trying to bring it over.
Nice forecheck.
Spinning with it back there, gets it over to DeFoss. DeFoss over on blue line, feeds it over to Smothers down the near boards.
Be ice.
That's going to be icing and head back into the McKendree end.
Great switch on that F1, F2 forecheck. Wow, beautiful.
17:21 left to go here in the third. Michigan up 1-0 on McKendree. Gargiulo to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. Comes back to the blue line, backhanded down as Gustafson gets it into the near corner. Backhanded attempt, centering attempt, trying to get it to Hung. Carr back behind the goal. Now Hung gets
There we
it
go
over
here.
to Carr.
She's out
Carr
front.
over to Garchulo
Oh,
with
what
the
a
shot.
great pass by
What a
Sam.
Great pass and a good save by Stersnick.
Yep, there you go. Sam can set plays up.
In the near corner trying to.
Ava Hung made that happen behind. Here.
Steenstra has it in along the near boards. Fired. Gargiulo keeps it in. Fires it back deep.
The Gar.
16:45 left to go here. In the third, McKendree has it in along the near boards of their own zone. McKendree gets it back into the neutral zone. That tipped by Smothers back into the Michigan end. Katie German brings it down. Katie German through the neutral zone. Katie German down the near boards, fires it back deep.
Smart play right out in front.
Right off the dasher, yeah, bounced right in front. Too bad Michigan was going on a line change. Didn't have someone there. Puck in the near corner. That's sent back out into the neutral zone. Katie German fires it in. Delayed offsides. Michigan touches up.
Make them bring the distance.
McKendree has it back behind their own goal, firing it down the far boards. That lifted ahead by Group.
They can't catch a pass, and they love to pass to their backhand. That is not going to work.
Cevallos over to Lindahl. Lindahl on the far circle. Lindahl driven wide. Goes back behind the goal. Barnden trying to pull that away. Malashevsky comes in to try and dig that puck off of the board. She goes down to the ice. Lindahl trying to get it away from Groot. Lindahl has
right
it.
There.
Lindahl trying to fire it out in front. Lindahl, centering attempt. Puck wouldn't settle down on that far circle for Malashevsky and fired through the neutral zone.
Okay, one-on-one.
Coming ahead with it, Barron trying to weave through two defenders. Bucksbaum has it in the far corner. Bucksbaum gets it ahead, racing with it. Lindahl spun around, trying to get it deep into the zone. And picked up by McKendree at their own blue line.
Jesus, there's bodies flying all over the place.
Brown gets it right to the Michigan blue line, but that deflected off of the near boards into the McKendree zone. They have it in the far corner. Lannon has it there. Lannon coming down, fires it to the own blue line. Now racing ahead with it. Has right through the slot, trying to get it over to Lannon, knocked down.
Oh, no.
Hassenfratz had that and tried to set it up. Penalty upcoming.
Hassenpfeffer's going to draw a penalty here.
So that's going to be, it looked like a high stick and almost looked like a cross-check before as he did the signal, and then no, that's a high sticking. High sticking.
That's a little weak. That's good for a warm Gilbel.
Gustafson goes into the box. Face-off in the far face-off circle. 14:52 left to go here in the third. Puck at the far point. Groot has it there. Groot moves it top of the near circle to Jeffers. Jeffers back to Groot. High slot. Groot moves it over onto the far circle for Barnden. Good job to knock that away. Gargiulo fires it down, but Bucksbaum started that by getting in the way of the shot. 14:35 left to go here in the third. 1:40 left to go in the power play to McKendree. Well, the penalty kill has got some work here for Michigan as coming down into the far corner. Pulled up, Katie German has it, trying to chip it around. That pulled away by Painter outside the near circle. Hassenfratz. High slot coming in. Group moves it over onto the far circle. Shot
good
there.
Good block.
Up into the netting. That will be a face-off in the Michigan zone. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to go in the power play to McKendree. 1-0, Michigan with the lead here in the third, trying to hold on.
And unbelievably, Mark, the rink finally agrees with me on shots.
28 shots on goal for McKendree, 13 for Michigan. Puck, top of the far circle, move back high, slot for Groot. Gordon came out to pressure her. Now on the far circle.
That
slips right past Barron. Sends it back to Groot. High slot. Groot over to Jeffers. Top of the near circle. Jeffers into Barron underneath. That tipped into the near corner.
Rip it.
Now trying to get it out of there.
Tie it in.
Still battling and along the near boards.
KG.
As Katie German.
There's a cross check.
Yeah, battling a trio of McKendree players. That comes back as Hassenfratz gets it over to Barnden. Back, high slot over to Groot. Groot gets it over to, looked like she's going to go. Jeffers goes over to Barnden. That into the near corner. 29 seconds left on the McKendree power play.
One block here. Come on.
High slot. Groot moves it over top of the far circle. Coming in. Shot there. Save. Into the far corner. Trying to pull that away.
She's on her backhand. We got to jump on that in the corner like that.
At the far point, McKendree moves over. Groot comes, top of the near circle.
Switch.
Trying to work her way in. Groot now feeding it through the slot. One-timer. Got it over to Hassenfratz out in front. Now they're pulled away. Banked ahead by Gordon. Couldn't quite get it out. Jeffers has it outside the near circle.
Okay,
Get there. Frenetic time as Michigan gets it in along the near boards. Coming ahead with it is Hansen. Michigan back to full strength. Hansen on the near circle. And
there we go.
That is going to be a Michigan power play as Hansen taken down to the ice.
She drew that.
Tripping call.
Nice play, Lucy. Drew that. Nice play.
12:33 left to go. Here in the third, Michigan will have the extra attacker for the next 2 minutes, barring any other changes. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Matthews in to take the face-off. And they'll redrop the puck as a whistle.
Somebody moving?
Must have been. I didn't see it, but Hobbs on the other side of the face-off circle for McKendree. That puck loose in the near circle, comes into the near corner. Hansen chases it there, trying to dig it out of the near corner. Trying to pull it away. Kambitz has it. Held at the near point by Gustafson. Gustafson tips it into the slot. Here comes Carr. Carr moves it to the far point.
See how far out there we've got to get.
And over to Hansen.
That's right.
Hansen, that got blocked.
Right
puck
there.
Loose.
Shoot.
Grabbing it. Matthews
right
with the shot from the far circle.
Loose.
Loose
Shoot.
coming.
Backhand,
Matthews
good.
backhanded shot, and that covered up as Stersinik got a glove on him. Michigan with a couple really good opportunities there.
Yeah, they got a trigger on their overcommitment and move in, and they did a little bit more that time. So I know they were going to talk about it.
1:31 left to go here in the power play for Michigan. 1-0 Michigan over McKendree. 12:03 left to go in the third. Michigan back to the far point. Katie German had it. That block back out into the neutral zone. Gargiulo has it. Gargiulo over to Katie German in front of the scorer's bench. Moved over to Malashevsky in along the near boards.
Go back.
Malashevsky brings it ahead, gets it over to Gordon. Gordon trying to dump it deep. She takes a hit right at the near point. That picked up back behind. Coming in along the near boards. Held in by Gargiulo. Gargiulo outside the near circle. Gargiulo bouncing puck. Gordon trying to get to it. Gargiulo on the near circle. Gargiulo moves it top of the far circle. Wouldn't settle down. That back into the neutral zone. Michigan has to reset. 50 seconds left to go here.
Do
in
a
the power play.
four-corner stall here too. Backhand pass, tough.
At the center, pulled, and that's fired back deep by Haley into the Michigan end. Katie German takes it back behind her own goal, moves it over and along the far boards. Here comes Michigan through the neutral zone. Trying to get it ahead. Over to Flazar. That knocked back. Gargiulo chasing it. Now Malashevsky trying to get it on the far boards. Fired back deep. Ponith trying to move it over and into the far corner. Gargiulo picks it up as pressure from behind by Painter. Painter really being a pest to Michigan back there.
Being a painter.
Doing her job for the McKendree team. Fired it back.
And you got to give it to the guard for playing D like that. We had no defenseman back because KG had gone off. She held the fort.
McKendree back to full strength as that puck deflected in the neutral zone, picked up.
Put it on net.
Kolwich fires it. That goes just wide to the near side. Plucked up by Steenstra. Ahead to Barron. Barron, that intercepted. Here comes Matthews with a shot. That glove down, poked outside the far circle. Grabbed there by Koski. Now Kolwich has it in her blue line. Lost the puck coming in.
Nice
Beautiful job. Great job to get back by Bucksbaum. Puck loose. Swept away by Matthews into the far corner. Puck outside the far circle. Hansen trying to get to it. Comes right back behind Bucksbaum.
Has it settle down a little bit here.
Puck into the near corner. Matthews trying to move
it. Here we go.
Flazar has it. Flazar moves it over. Here comes
Lucy.
Hansen. Hansen, top of the far circle. She gets her stick grab from behind. Backhanded shot. That goes into the near corner.
Nice try.
Matthews pinned against the boards, trying to pull it away. That puck into the neutral zone. Here comes McKendree. Coming in. Barnden had it.
Careful.
Loose, picked up as Gustafson moves it over to Izzy German. Izzy German banks it off the far boards. McKendree has it at their own blue line. 9:24 left to go here in the third. Izzy German coming down the far boards. Glad we didn't get a tripping call there.
Yeah, that would have been a little dicey.
Fired back deep into the near corner. Trying to move it over is Trubakovic. And pulled down. Here comes McKendree. Racing ahead with it, coming down the far boards.
She's looking.
Into the zone is Groot. Groot trying to work her way in, over on the near side. Oh boy, she had a player as that was Smothers right to the near side of the goal, and the puck wouldn't settle down. Add into the near corner of the Michigan end. As Kambitz has it, Kambitz spinning with it.
Need to settle.
Kambitz comes back to the near point, puts it into the near corner. Smothers with it there. Michigan trying to pull it away. Glove save by Honiff.
Would have been wide, but shot on net.
8:36 left to go here in the third. 1-0, Michigan with the lead. So Michigan's had to juggle the lines. Upper body injury to Swanson. We hope she'll be all right. Gargiulo in to take the face off. Awesome Frats on the other side. That comes back. Cotier gets it over to Hobbs. Hobbs moves it over, top of the far circle for Groot.
It's even up.
And it slips back into the neutral zone. Cloutier moves it over and along the far boards. Now tracing it back. Here comes Ceballos. Ceballos back behind her own goal. Again, they grab it and put it out in front. Here comes Groot. Groot in along the near boards at the near point. Groot puts it. Now coming ahead with it, here comes Gargiulo. Gargiulo working down the near boards. Gargiulo pinched against the boards, coming back.
They're very good at that interference on those passes to ourselves off the boards.
Cloutier gets it over.
There we
Austin
go.
Frats
There we go.
stolen away. Here comes Carr. Into the near corner. There's a loose stick as Hung's stick got chopped away.
Yeah.
Puck in along the end boards. Now into the near corner. Grabbed, bringing it ahead. McKendree down the near boards. Katie German fires it right back in. That's a shot on goal. 7:34 left to go here in the third. 1-0, Michigan with the lead. Trying to get a big win here at McKendree. McKendree number 6 in the nation. Michigan number 5. This would definitely help the rankings. Coming down the far boards, McKendree with it. That poked away.
Get back.
Now fired ahead.
Numbers. Got to pick
Racing
her up.
in. There's a shot knocked away by Hobbs.
Nice
coming down
play.
the near boards, Flazar with it. Flazar
Nice.
gets it ahead. Now racing through Simmer. Trying to get through traffic. 4 McKendree players collapsed on her, now bringing it in.
Not only did they
away.
collapse, she looked like a pincushion. There were so many sticks on her.
Trying to make a move. The puck wouldn't settle down.
Smart play.
Got it into the neutral zone. Flazar trying to move it over. Kolwich lifts it back deep into the far corner. Lindahl chases it, trying to make it tough, trying to get it away from Barron. Lindahl into the near corner. Lindahl back there, battling Painter. Lindahl, trying to feed it into the slot. Hansen just there a little early. That puck comes back into the neutral zone. Grabbing it, banked off of the near boards. Malashevsky brings it in and dumps it deep. 6:25 left to go here in the third. 1-goal game.
Just smart hockey. Michigan is trying everything they can, and they're doing it, just keeping it in this far zone.
Hansen trying to dump it deep into the far corner. Lacroix takes it back behind her own goal from the near far side to the near side. Lacroix comes up the near boards. Trying to feed it out. Lindahl grabs it. Hansen got a stick on it. Hansen brings it in deep, and Michigan keeps it. Coming back, Hansen lost an edge. That puck back to the far point. Got caught in the linesman's skate.
That lost edge was helped.
Indeed. 5:50 left to go. That fired ahead, loose and grabbed by McKendree. Jeffers has it at her own blue line. Puts it in along the far boards and gets it back right in along the near boards. That's Kubakovic. Kubakovic takes it. Kubakovic trying to get through pressure, coming over. Carr makes a nifty move, but that pulled away by Barron. Barron puts it over onto the far boards and gets it back outside the near circle.
McKendree's got the riding time. They're possessing the puck, but they're not getting into the Michigan zone.
Carr into the far corner. 5:20 left to go here in the third.
Everybody back.
And right into the neutral zone
deep,
now.
deep,
Michigan
deeper.
trying to fire it in. That pulled away as Barndon had it. Now grabbed by Gargiulo, poked away.
Take your time.
Katie German trying to get over center as Barron trying to knock that puck away. Now shot the other direction by Bucksbaum.
Smart play.
Fired all the way back deep. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the third. 1-0 Michigan with the lead. Spinning with it back behind. And moved by Cloutier. Out in front. Simmer with a shot. Oh, and a save by Stersinek. Lifted back into the neutral zone. Gustafson at her own blue line coming over.
Deep.
Grabs. Simmer trying to fire it deep. That
So
grab
solid.
right
So
at the
smart.
blue line. lifted, trying to lift it deep, but that knocked away. Good job by Kolwich. Coming over, Flazar feeds it ahead, trying to get to Matthews. That pulled back by Groot, who knocks it off the far boards, trying to bring it ahead.
Game is totally being played at center ice.
Banked right back into Michigan zone.
Now we got to worry.
Hassenfratz into the near corner. Matthews trying to ride her off of the puck into the far corner. Hassenfratz coming back behind, trying a wraparound attempt.
Backhand.
Packed into the near corner. Lannon with it at the near point. Good block by Flazar. She's had some great, beautiful defensive plays. Loose and back into the neutral zone.
There goes Tammy.
3:50 left to go.
She's on fire.
All the way back into the near corner. That pucked up and...
What do we got? A penalty.
Elbow, we think.
Yeah. Yeah. He's playing with his bands. I think this time he was playing with his bands and it was an elbow.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not picking on him. That's all me, but that's okay.
I know you don't do that. That's my job. I got to do something here. You do all the work.
Michigan on the power play for 2 minutes of the next 3:45.
Oh, God, this would be huge, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
The little breathing room so I could quit growing gray hairs sitting here.
This game is brought to you by Tums.
Yeah. And
Gargiulo, top of the near circle, trying to work her way in, puts it into the near corner. Gordon fires it. High slot over to Katie German. Now Malashevsky trying to feed it. That got blocked. Now sending it back. Katie German back in her own zone.
That's right. We're just killing time.
1 minute, 35 seconds left to go. That gets knocked down in the slot. Katie German sweeps it back into the neutral zone. Great job. Now that's sent right back into the Michigan end. 3:10 left to go.
Okay.
Now Gargiulo back behind. Katie German brings it ahead. That banked off the far boards. Coming in, shot right back in. Katie German has it in the slot. Katie German ahead to Lindahl. Lindahl into the neutral zone down the near boards. Lindahl trying to get it over to Gordon. That's stolen away. Here comes McKendree.
All by herself.
5 seconds left to go here. Cam Bitts. She loses an edge. Coming down the far boards, here comes Gargiulo. Gargiulo over to Gordon. Gordon trying to fire it back deep. That rims all the way around into the far corner. Brown has it there. 50 seconds left to go in the Michigan power play. 2:33 left to go in the third. Michigan looking for a big 1-0 win. Well, we'd like it to be 2-0, but that's okay. Gordon back behind the goal. Puts it into the far corner where Hansen has it. 38 seconds left in the Michigan power play. McKendree, 2 players back, trying to provide pressure and steal that away. We'll see. I'm wondering if quickly after this penalty expires, if they'll pull the goalie. Matthews spins with it. That into the neutral zone, pulled down.
All by herself.
As that fired, knocked away as Cam Bitts had it. And pulled in along the near boards. Here comes Michigan. Gustafson fires it down the far boards, then bringing it ahead. Racing.
Haven't set anything up yet. But
here comes Hansen outside the near circle. Hansen.
Yes!
He puts it in! Hansen with a perfectly placed shot just before the penalty expired.
Oh, my
Wide angle shot, and she just tucked it inside the far right-hand upper corner.
It might even hit the top crossbar and down.
Oh, that might well have been barred down.
That was a stud muffin shot right there. She likes coming in on that off wing. Everybody thinks she's just going to go behind, and she placed that.
That was a beautifully placed shot.
Beautiful goal.
There is nothing, absolutely nothing Star Cynic could do with that.
Nope. There's no chance. For one thing, she didn't think it was coming. That was huge.
So power play goal as it expires. Big goal in the last 2 minutes. Michigan has 1 minute 45 seconds to try and hold on to this 2-0 lead and beat the number 6 team in the nation, McKendree. Michigan number 5, but this obviously McKendree's building. So
yeah, I don't remember the over under or the plus minus in this game.
Well, we have yet to have those big sponsorships from any of those FanDuel or any of those apps.
Yeah,
so.
Menski's isn't doing much other than giving us bad sausage and a warm Jobel. So
as shots on goal, 31 for McKendree and 25 for Michigan. Now Malashevsky to take the faceoff versus Barndin. That comes back to the McKendree blue line. In along the near boards. That deflected. Malashevsky trying to fire it in. Back here comes Jeffers. Jeffers into the Michigan zone. Jeffers trying to fire it out in front.
Nice play.
Beautiful defensive
Cover that
play.
trailer.
And coming ahead, Michigan down the far boards, racing in. Here they come, and back to the shot, and Hansen
All right.
puts it in. She has a brace. So Lindahl got to yesterday. Hansen comes back, and unbelievable positioning, and again, came down to the near circle, perfectly placed shot, and unbelievable.
This is why I went crazy last year in the second semester when she couldn't play. You could just see that she's a player. That was very sweet.
That was 2 beautiful goals in crunch time.
Now, they can't get happy. We can't say what they're playing for. They're playing for Sandy. They got to be super smart here.
Absolutely. The puck in along the near boards. 2 goals by Hansen, 24 seconds apart. Gargiulo trying to move it back. Katie German has it in along the near boards. 1 minute, 7 seconds left to go. Puck in the slot, trying to get it. Katie German trying to move it away. That pulled in as Cambitz has it into the far corner. Bucksbaum trying to move it over. 57 seconds left to go. Gargiulo trying to get to Matthews. That intercepted coming in. As Kubakovic with a shot that goes wide to the far side. Flazar with it there. Flazar trying to pull it. Now gets it over to Gargiulo. That comes back behind. 42 seconds left to go. Wraparound attempt. That got knocked down by Bucksbaum back behind. Rims it all the way around over to Flazar, who pokes it into the neutral zone. 33 seconds left to go here in the third. 3-0, Michigan with the lead. Gargiulo in along the near boards, gets it right back out into the neutral zone. 24 seconds left to go. Here comes Matthews. Matthews puts it back deep. 20 seconds left to go. Picked up by Brown in the near corner, trying to get it. Kubakovic has it back behind. Flazar now on the near circle, trying to get into the mix. Shot there, went off the side of the net. 8 seconds left to go. McKendree coming down, last gasp, coming into the neutral zone. Racing ahead with it is Koski. Koski with a shot that knocked down, and that is the win by Michigan.
Wow.
As
decisive win by Michigan.
Absolutely, 3-0
win by Michigan.
As they come out, they didn't lose this entire weekend.
Nope.
They had the tie with the shootout win on Friday. They won yesterday. They won today. And their biggest win was versus the highest-ranked team. As Coach Ned gets a puck for Sandy's shutout.
Yep, got to do it at the last second. I got to run. I'm going to try to sing if I can limp my way down there. Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure and dream to do this with this weekend, you and Jim. I appreciate it so much.
It is our privilege.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So Coach Ned is going to go down to the locker room and go sing the victors with the team as we wrap things up here. Again, Michigan will be back in action next Saturday. That will be at the Southside Ice Arena. So check that out as they will be playing Aquinas. If you're on the west side of the state, please come and see that. For my camera person, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman, and we will see you this Wednesday. I believe we will have a coach's show, and it should be at the Regents Field. We want to thank Regents Field. McKendree does a stick salute, and we will call it a evening. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Michigan 3, McKendree nothing. For James Wiseman, my cameraman, Nick Glisson, our color commentator, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you, and have a great night.